Record-breaking crowd in Texas witnesses Mexico's defeat to Brazil. If the match against Brazil was meant to be a test to gauge Mexico's prospects in the Copa America, then the diagnosis is grave. On Saturday at Kyle Field in College Station, the Tri fell 3-2 to the five-time world champions in front of 85,249 spectators, marking the largest crowd in Texas for a Mexican national team exhibition match. This defeat followed a humiliating 4-0 loss to Uruguay on Wednesday in Denver. The situation for the Mexican national team, under the direction of Jaime Lozano, is critical as they approach the Copa America, which kicks off on June 20th and will be played across 14 venues in the United States, including the AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Mexico's first match in the tournament will be against Jamaica in Houston on Saturday, June 22nd. Barely 5 minutes into the game, Brazil scored their first goal with a shot from Andrés Pereira that beat Mexican goalkeeper Julio González. The Tri's defeat was compounded by rumors circulating in some Mexican media outlets suggesting that Lozano might resign as the team's coach. "I'm not going to resign," Lozano declared. "I believe in long processes. I know there are some reports about my possible resignation, but I would never do something like that. I know we need good results, but we are preparing this team for the Copa America," Lozano said. Brazil netted their second goal of the night in the 53rd minute when Yen Couto assisted Gabriel Silva. Mexico's first goal came from Julian Quiñones in the 71st minute, and Guillermo Martinez leveled the score in added time with a header. However, Brazil clinched the victory with a last-gasp goal from Endrick Souza in the final play of the match. At Kyle Field, Mexican fans showed their displeasure by booing their team and chanting a homophobic slur. The match was paused in the 59th minute under the fair play protocol, with the referee halting play for 3 minutes and issuing a warning to the fans to behave appropriately. As the game concluded, the hashtag #FueraJimmy began trending on social media, with Mexican fans calling for Lozano's ouster. The match against Brazil highlighted several issues for Mexico. Defensively, the team struggled to contain Brazil's dynamic attack. The early goal by Pereira was a result of poor marking and a failure to close down the shooter. Throughout the match, Brazil's forwards found spaces too easily, exposing vulnerabilities in the Mexican defense. Offensively, while Mexico managed to score twice, their attacking play lacked consistency and creativity. The goals from Quiñones and Martinez provided some relief, but they were largely isolated moments of success rather than the result of sustained pressure or coordinated attacking moves. Midfield control was another area of concern. Brazil dominated possession and dictated the tempo of the game, leaving Mexico chasing shadows for large parts of the match. This lack of midfield presence prevented Mexico from building attacks and put additional pressure on their defense. Jaime Lozano's tactical approach has come under scrutiny following these back-to-back defeats. His emphasis on a long-term process is admirable, but the immediate results have been disappointing. The team's lack of cohesion and defensive frailty suggest that there is still a significant amount of work to be done. Lozano's decision to stick with certain underperforming players has also been questioned. Fresh talent and new tactical approaches may be necessary to turn the team's fortunes around. The upcoming Copa America presents an opportunity for Lozano to prove his doubters wrong, but it will require significant improvements in both strategy and execution. The reaction from the fans and media has been overwhelmingly negative. The booing and chants at Kyle Field were a stark reminder of the high expectations and passion of the Mexican fan base. The Fair Play Protocol's activation due to homophobic chants is a serious issue that the Mexican Football Federation will need to address to avoid further sanctions. Social media has amplified the calls for change, with hashtag Fuera Jimmy trending as fans demand immediate results. This intense pressure can either galvanize a team or lead to further turmoil. Lozano's ability to manage this pressure and maintain focus on the team's development will be crucial in the coming weeks. The Copa America will be a litmus test for Mexico. Their group stage opponents include Jamaica, which will be a critical match to gauge their progress. Jamaica has historically been a tough opponent for Mexico, and a strong performance in this match could set the tone for the rest of the tournament. Mexico will need to address their defensive weaknesses and find a way to control the midfield against stronger teams. Offensively, they must develop more cohesive and creative play to break down well-organized defenses. The mental resilience of the team will also be tested. After 2 demoralizing losses, the players will need to show character and determination to bounce back. Leadership on and off the field will be key, and Lozano's role in motivating and preparing his team cannot be overstated. In conclusion, the match against Brazil has highlighted serious concerns for Mexico as they prepare for the Copa America. Defensive lapses, midfield control issues, and a lack of offensive consistency need to be addressed urgently. Jaime Lozano faces immense pressure to turn things around, with the fanbase and media closely scrutinizing his every move. The upcoming tournament will be a critical test, not just for the players, but for Lozano's tenure as the head coach.